Hello and welcome back to Tippy Travels. This is a VanBuild video showing our shower tray installation, which forms part of the wider bathroom install. So this video, we just going to show you how we basically got the tray in and all the measures we took to shore up what was ultimately a very cheap shower tray. I think I spent £40 on this. However, this has ended up being a small disaster. I say small disaster, it's actually a pretty big disaster. The shower tray was so cheap that it started breaking up after it was installed, after I think maybe about 8 months. We got cracks all over the place. There is a follow-up video to show in the future about how we repaired this, but the simple answer really is just don't cheap out on a shower tray, get a brand name, get something that is robust. It doesn't have to be heavy or whatever, it just needs to be not cheap and rubbish. So this is a big lesson for me in cheaping out. I know some of you might feel, what's the point in having an install video where the install went wrong? I would say the install was okay. It literally was down to the quality of the product. I hope this works out for you guys. Any questions, obviously, drop us a comment, and yeah, let's get on with it. To get the next waste hole done, I need to know where this shower tray is going to sit exactly, so that then I can pilot out the hole and then pilot that all the way through the van, and then from the underside I can core drill it out. I think there might be some cables underneath, so I've done a few basic measurements, so I think I'm going to miss everything. So if I just pilot it from the top down, drill the hole saw from the underside, then that should be okay. So to get this in, this is ever so slightly bigger than the hole that I've got in the van, like the room. So I've got to take off roughly about 10 mil off each side. So that's what I want to do first. And then I shall put a pilot hole in the middle of this, go into the van, mark through it, and drill a pilot hole through the van. I know a lot of you would be tempted to go through something like this with a jigsaw. If you do, use an exceptionally fine saw and make sure there's no flappy bits just floating around, because you will destroy something like this, it will just shatter it. I used a multi-tool, very worthwhile bit of kit. You can pick them up even in places like Aldi and Lidl for about 20 quid. They're really useful because they can double up as a detail sander. They're really good for cutting into bits and pieces in all different angles. So, and also the blades on them are quite fine, and the oscillation's much quicker than a jigsaw. So therefore, the faster it is, the less chance of something shattering or chipping, exploding. Seems about right, just ever so slightly bigger. So now I'm going to go through this, under this. The reason why I'm doing this, putting a piece of sacrificial wood under there, is that as I go through, I'm not going to damage my my countertop, which, well, I'm not that fussed about, to be honest with you, but really it's so that I can actually put some pressure into there with the hole saw. I mean, not loads, but enough that it doesn't just bind or skip or and all that kind of stuff. Now this is really long. I might end up having to cut this down, which is not the easiest thing, because the fitting that goes onto here needs to fit completely flat, and so cutting that off and getting it flat is not easy. Okay, so I've done it. Cut it down. So I put it on the bench over there. Got the angle grinder on it. I'm trying to get it as straight as I can, but still, angle grinder, wibbly wobbly. And then what I've done is I've actually got a bench grinder just over there, which is still actually winding down, and held its side on to the spinning blade and just lightly spun it. In other words, just enough to flatten the surfaces, and it looks pretty good. down the inside edge of this, all the way around, load of silicone. So then drop that in, then wind it up. Now I just need to get some fittings that are going to allow me to get this coming out of the bottom of the shower and turned immediately. So let's get on to why I chose a click clack waste. Why did I choose a click clack? Simply put, when we're driving around and there is stuff in the waste tank, the likelihood is the water's going to move around. The water's probably going to be a bit smelly, and so up through those tubes is going to come a bit of air. It's going to breathe in and out, and I don't really want all the smells in the van. So if I'm able to shut it down, then it limits or prevents the smell from coming back up through. Second to that, the tank doesn't have any baffles in it. Potentially water could actually work its way up. It's not going to be pleasant. So if you lock this down, the kitchen waste has got a strainer on it, a strainer which punches down to lock it off. So not quite a click clack, but enough to just stop any smells from coming back up, and also if any water did manage to get its way back up again, it's not going to eject itself out into the van. There you go. Quick vid. So I need to make a packer for the shower tray because it seems to have about 7mm lip. So this bit sits on the floor. Obviously it's upside down at the minute. This sits on the floor. This is about 7mm raised. So when you put it on the floor, it kind of bounces down. So what I did, made a wee template out of cardboard. I've got some 6mm ply right here, and I've basically made it. I haven't tested it in yet, so this is going to be embarrassing. It doesn't fit. Oh, it fits. Alrighty. And now essentially I'm just going to glue that in place. I am rushing on with loads of stuff at the minute, but I'm going to still try and get some filming done in between. I'm now just popping the waste fitting into the shower tray, as you can see just here. This fits nice and snug. There's silicone around the top edge of this. Apply the back nut and washer, and this is ultimately the thing that keeps it in place. Now from my experience, it really doesn't hurt to get some silicone down the thread a bit here. The silicone ends up within the thread here and stops it running down the thread. So that's what I'm going to do. Put that in. Just press it gently so you can feel that the seal's taken all the way around. Now I haven't completely pushed it in yet. It's got some way to go, but now that I can see that the silicone is spread out all the way around, what I'm going to do now is spray it. This is just washing up liquid and water. And what this does is this prevents any of the silicone from sticking to anything it spreads on as I start winding up the nut and back washer. The back nut and washer. Not the back wash. Spray my hand. Get that one on there, spray the area again. Just give that a nice wipe around. You see all the dirt coming off my hand now. But if you see that, the silicone just doesn't stick to your hand. So you can just carry on and do it again. And the best thing to do after you've done this is just leave it. Don't worry about cleaning up all the dirty finger marks, all the hand and all that kind of stuff. This now is going off. I'm just going to give this a little crank up, but if you watch what I do, only the bottom half of this thread is being used down here. This bit isn't. So the easiest way to tighten this up is to get a pair of grips and get a hold of this part here, and then get a pair of adjustables if you've got them, or another pair of grips, and oh, tray to piche, it's not big enough. I'm just going to use another pair of grips. Alright, now you don't want this being, you know, absolutely rock solid, because what it'll do is it'll start to warp the washer. So but what we want to do is just get it firm. There we go, that's that. Now if you really want to, you can clean the silicone off. I'll just do it for the sake of the video. Give it a wee spray, give your hand a wee spray. And run it around, run it around. Job done. I've got silicone on my fingers. Alright, now in here, this is now started to overspill again because we tightened it up. So final spray. But you don't want too much washing up liquid in there either, because I understand it can maybe have a bit of an effect on the silicone itself. So there we go, waste installed. All right, quick little video just to show you what I'm doing, all of that. But essentially, I just want to show you really the shower tray. Actually, let me spin you around. Yeah, so here we have it. This is the shower tray hole. I've got a little upstand all the way around the edge, as you can see, which is the lip of the shower tray is going to sit onto. I've now evenly spread a load of sticks like whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I'm ready to go. Just need to get the tray put in and then weighed down. Let's do it. A shower tray, all glued in. So it's not going anywhere. It's firm, solid. As you saw from the previous video, I had set a piece of 6mm ply into there, which is fine. It's all done. Underneath these wings, these lips that you see here, I've got a piece of ply just running all the way around underneath the lip, and so there's no movement in that now, which is going to mean that our seals, when we put our panels in there, the seal that we put around there is likely to be good. It's not going to flap about and start coming undone. Okay, I think you'll agree that I put quite a lot of effort into getting that tray as good as I possibly could. Essentially where it started going wrong is, first of all, in the corners, some cracking started to appear, and then around the actual plug hole, some cracks appeared there. And we essentially repaired it with 2-part resin. Then another few cracks started appearing, and then basically we ended up flooding the whole thing with 2-part epoxy resin, and that was the cure. And we're going to do a video about that, so that one will be coming up pretty much once we've got through most of the VanBuild videos. And then what we're going to do is actually just show any of the updates and the repairs that we've done to the van subsequently. So although at the rate in which we're pumping these videos out, it's not hopefully going to be too long. Anyway, Mix will be back in a couple of episodes time, and for those of you who are both looking out for the VanBuild videos and the ski videos, there are some ski videos coming soon too, so just to keep you updated. All right, until the next one, likey, subscribey, and we'll see you again.